No one is talking about this. Do you know how many acupuncturists put the same points in their patients over and over and over and over again? Sometimes the exact same points. And this is because these points work. You don't have to switch up your points because you think you're doing something wrong. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a little story about how I learned about this. I'm Alyssadazetlac, the six-figure acupuncturist, and I went from broke and struggling and almost giving up in my practice to six-figure year after year after year, and now I have helped thousands of acupuncturists all around the world with the success of their practices, and now I'm going to help you too. If you're ready for the best practice building advice to help you get patients and build your successful practice and help to heal the world, then hit that subscribe button down there and be sure to hit the bell so that you're notified every time a new video comes out on Tuesday. Okay, story time. Are you ready? Back when I was an intern, one of my supervisors always asked me which points I would put in the patient. I would sit there and be thinking extra hard, trying to come up with some type of complex point combination, thinking that it had to be some very special points. So I found myself thinking too hard and thinking myself into thinking that I didn't know the points. My supervisor then gave their suggestion with points like stomach 36, spleen 6, liver 3, lung 7. Pretty simple points. Nothing complex about it. And I'd notice over and over and over again that we'd use a lot of the same simple and straightforward points with all of the patients. So that was my first lesson in realizing that I was making things a bit more complicated than they needed to be. When I first graduated, I was floundering around for a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was going to open up my practice or what I was going to do. So one day I looked into an acupuncture practice that was for sale. I came into this person's practice and I shadowed them for a day. I was astonished to see this practitioner put the exact same points in every single patient every single time. And this was a really successful practitioner. They'd been in practice something like 25, 30 years, and their schedule was jamming. When I questioned them about it later on in the day, their response was, the points work, so why change it? Being freshly graduated and having agonized the last 4 years, memorizing hundreds and hundreds of points and their locations and their functions, it made me a little bit skeptical of this practitioner. However, now 10 years deep as an acupuncturist, I will admit that I use a lot of the same points over and over and over again. And you know what? It works. The body knows how to heal itself. Let me know in the comments down below if you use a lot of the same points in your patients over and over and over again. The last thing that happened was I went to a very well-known and esteemed, experienced master acupuncturist for a series of treatments to help me heal something. Guess what happened? There was no special and complex point combinations. Again, it was a lot of the same points over and over and over again in the treatments. And you know what? It worked that time too. So listen, don't think using the same points over and over and over again is a cop-out. Don't think it makes your appointments any less effective, and definitely don't think it makes your appointments any less valuable. Think of it this way. You have a haircut that you love getting and it works great for you. However, the next time you go back to that hairdresser, they refuse to give you that cut because they already gave it to you. How ridiculous would that be? You love it and it works, but because they gave it to you, no. Or if every time you went back to the hairdresser, the appointment cost less and less and less because it was the same haircut that they were giving you over and over again. It makes no sense, right? So use those power points. Don't overthink it. Don't try and make it all complex. Don't think you're doing something wrong, because you are not. For more tips on how to be the best, most confident acupuncturist, build your dream practice, and help to heal the world, check out my free live webinar to learn 7 steps for building a successful 6-figure acupuncture practice. Check out this video next to learn more on building your confidence with which points that you are using. If you like this video, give it a like, leave me a comment down below, share it with an acupuncture buddy, and keep healing the world.